Here on the channel, I talk about a huge variety of different entities and creatures and all that stuff. But none of them that I've talked about have even been similar to Backrooms Entity number 51, which I'm going to be explaining in this video today. This creature is uncanny, it is horrific, and if you see a stretched out arm like this when you're walking around the backrooms, you need to run for your life and do not look back. Trust me, I know you're going to enjoy this video. If you do, tell me in the comments below. I'd really appreciate that. Without more talking, let's go ahead and get into the explanation of this entity, and let's see just why it is so disgustingly horrible, shall we? Entity 51 of the Backrooms is so strange and it's so unknown that it's been given the classification of pending because there's no real information about it. The creature itself is more of a phenomenon, infection type thing because of how it behaves and what it tends to do. Let me explain. Phenomenon PD51 or Entity 51 has been seen causing humanoid statues around the Backrooms to become alive, essentially. Not only does this entity infect these statues and cause them to come alive, but the main thing it does is it causes them to reach directly upwards with one arm towards the sky. No one knows how the creature does this or what the phenomenon or entity, whatever it is, how it initiates and binds to the statue. No one knows that, but when it happens, the arm of the infected statue will skyrocket upwards to unnatural lengths in an ungainly manner directly to the sky above. So it'll crack and pop and bend and warp, and the arm itself will grow literally into the sky to where you can't even see it. This is said to be a horrific sight to behold for obvious reasons, and the following list of facts are all that we have about this entity and how it behaves. Number 1, all sightings occurred where statues were already present in the area. Number 2, areas near human population or traffic, though typically occurring on the outskirts of these areas. Number 3, the levels where the phenomenon manifests itself always possess an atmospheric sky or a skybox with the appearance of one. So those are the 3 main pieces of information that we have as viewers here, and from those facts, we can deduce that whatever is causing the statues to raise one arm and grow it to touch the sky, it can only manifest in outdoor levels where there's people that might walk around and where there's already statues formed. Now, the Backrooms itself is known to generate very strange levels, and the majority of them do take place outside. And in some of those levels is where you'll find these statues that can be infected by the entity. But as of right now, and luckily for you, there are only 37 reported cases of this phenomenon happening as of this video. But that being said, the number is increasing every single year, and it went from 36 to 37 just while this video is being written. So the entity itself has been nicknamed Predation from the Midnight Zone, and I think that's a pretty fitting name, but you'll see why a little bit later on why that might be the case. The statues affected by the creature show different anomalies and have different effects on the actual statue, the area, and the immediate people around it, and those who might come in contact with it. These anomalies can be separated into 4 specific categories that I'll talk about now, and they all sound pretty horrific, but those are the paraphysical, auditory, psychological, and electromagnetic anomalies. Paraphysical effects. When a statue is contaminated by this creature and when it becomes an instance of Entity 51, they move one of their limbs directly upwards above their head, and that limb will grow and expand rapidly in a reaching motion towards the sky. This limb will then extend to an unnatural length, like I said, so far to where you can't even see the end of it, and it'll try to just touch whatever's up in the sky. The statue will then begin to levitate slightly in place and then spin very slowly right in that place, but besides this, no other part of the statue moves. No eyes blink, no twitches, no nothing. Literally just the arm goes straight up and that's it. It's accompanied by strange cracking and squelching and breaking noises as well. But those are the paraphysical effects. Witnesses often say how unnaturally curvy and bent some of the arms get during this phase, and how there's no way it's made of stones and it looks too too real. One explorer said this, quote, "It's even freakier in person. The way its arm moves, way too wiggly to be made out of stone. I think I can hear talking. I'll try to get closer," end quote. Auditory hallucinations. When people get within a certain range of an instance of this creature, they will hear vocalizations coming from the statue, or so they think. Usually the speech is completely unintelligible, but as you get closer and closer to it, you'll be able to hear it more clearly and understand it. Although the voices can't be heard on video, so there's no recordings of it, because when somebody tries to record what it's saying, it just picks up static. What the entities are actually saying depends on who you ask, but some people that have witnessed this claim that the creatures are stating, "I can show you the way," and other off-putting statements like that, which is pretty terrifying since they are pointing and reaching to the sky. Psychological effects. In the immediate area, about 4 to 5 meters around the statue, people will begin to feel psychologically overwhelmed and compelled to walk closer to the statue. As they approach, as they get closer, the person will feel overwhelmed and have a desire to touch or embrace the statue in some form or fashion. Usually this is by touching it or hugging it, and people that do this and touch the statue, they vanish into thin air and are never seen again. So if it's not obvious, do not ever touch the statue, no matter how you're compelled to. Electromagnetic effects. And this is really the only effect that makes sense about this creature, and it's when you get within a 10 to 15 meter vicinity of it, any electronic device that you have will begin to experience signal disturbance, and this can lead to crashes, corruptions, and things like that. That's why the majority of pictures of these entities are warped or glitched or something like that. If you're recording a video, the video itself will become almost unusable, and so on. At nighttime, this effect gets worse apparently, and the statue itself will begin to glow a bluish, greenish color and emit even more strange noises. Theories on what this creature is and why it behaves this way and why it breaks its arm to reach the heavens, they range pretty far. Some people say that it's pointing to the way out of the backrooms and it's reaching up to show you the way. And this theory comes from that one person who said that the statue claims it'll, quote, "show you the way." That's where they get that theory from, and other people believe different things. Some say it's a angel or a deity or a guardian angel or something like that, but most people have no idea what it is, and they believe it's just another anomaly of the backrooms. Again, we do not know what the actual form this entity takes is. All we know is that it just infects humanoid statues and causes them to have these effects and reach up directly to the sky. If you see an instance of this creature, you must leave the area instantly and do not approach. If you do that, you might fall under the effects of what I just talked about. You might want to touch it, and that'll cause you to disappear without being seen again. So do not, under any circumstance, touch the statue, approach the statue, listen to what it's saying, or fall under its spell at all, because undoubtedly it's trying to kill you. This creature is by far one of the strangest and most odd entities that anyone's ever seen in the backrooms. What it does for no reason. It seemingly has no purpose, yet it seems self-important. Why is this thing reaching into the heavens and the sky above? Why is it only available on outside levels? What kind of creature takes over a statue, and what kind of doctrine or message is it trying to spread? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But this is very like analog horror-y, creepy, weird stuff, and I think personally it's one of the coolest entities that I've read about in a while. Honestly, it's pretty unique. It's a good change of pace from the stale, blah, this entity will kill you type thing. But yeah, if you see this creature, it's probably gonna ruin your day, so don't interact with it. All right, that's it for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy this creature showcase. I know y'all like some of these entity videos, and this one definitely deserved its own. I think this is very strange, very unique, and I really enjoy talking about it. So if you enjoyed watching it, leave a like below and tell me what else you want me to go over. Thank y'all so much for everything you do. I love and appreciate each and every single person watching this video. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. Life is too short not to. With all that said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.